caliente, fuego, hot, fuego, fuego, it's hot, fuego, it's hot, fuego, hot, fuego, fuego, hot, fuego, caliente, fuego, hot, fuego, fuego, it's hot, fuego, caliente, fuego, hot, fuego, fuego, it's hot, fuego, caliente, fuego, hot, fuego, fuego, it's hot, fuego, it's hot, beans itching with the ticks, I can teach her arithmetics, John Wick with the stick, man with the shits, kick those.
All right, everybody, welcome to another edition of the Nick and Truth. I'm Jimmy the Square Guy, the one that talks 5 people for live to you. Today is our show about the single dads. We did the single moms last week. We're doing the single dads this week. And this is a show that I had to get done because there is a bad rap on dads out there. They think all dads are deadbeat dads, and that ain't true. You got a lot of damn good dads out there, but they don't ever get no recognition for it. You hear songs after songs made about like Tupac, Dear Mama, and all these songs honoring women. But you don't hear no rappers making no songs about dads, as if there's no good dads. You hear more rappers bashing dads, talking about their dad wasn't there, and if I saw him, I'd kill him, and he never was a father to me. But you got some good dads out there, and today, I'm gonna bring you 2 good ones. But right now, I'm gonna bring you our TNT for today. And in the studio with me is one of the dads, Mark. What's up, man?
How you doing?
What's up, you alright?
Oh yeah, I'm good.
That's good, man. We're gonna get into the single dad show in a few. But right now we're gonna get into this TNT for the day. TNT is where we actually talk about just some of the topics that they came up and stuff like that. I wanna ask you something about this show. Let me do this real quick. Here's something that I saw online. And I just had to pull this up. I had to put this up. I had to show. And it is this right here. And it's gonna lead to one of my questions for the day. What you think about this? Facebook, I want y'all to see this. Y'all may have seen it, but I gotta show it again. Because it leads to a good question. Here you go, right here. Let it begin. One more time. Man.
Wow.
I'm gonna ask you, do you think that what a woman wears, she's asking for certain things about cut up to the quarter by the clothes that she wears? Or let me clarify. When a woman wears certain things, do you think she's enticing certain things?
Not really. You know what I mean? I mean, from what the video like that, that's just, to me personally as a man, that's just disrespect. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say it. I mean, it don't matter what a woman wears, how she dressed or anything. Mm-hmm. There's no right for a man to be slapping a woman, you know, in her butt. You know what I'm saying? It just don't make no sense. Because now these generations with kids like that, young men don't have the, they never was taught that way. You see what I'm saying? Of respect. See, my boy, he about to be 8 this Easter. My thing is, I'm teaching him as to be a man, a gentleman, open doors for ladies as they come in and out the store or ask for help.
Ooh, man, but a lot of guys feel like when a woman wears certain clothes, she's asking for a certain type of response. Like that dude did. He saw her with that seductive clothes on, and he slapped her. I mean, he slapped her butt.
And I see where you're coming from on it. You know what I'm saying? There's the clothing line now these days. It shows a lot. You know what I'm saying? And yes, if a woman walks in that certain way, or wears that certain clothes, I mean, it could draw the wrong attention. But yet, as a gentleman, as a guy, it still don't make it right. It's just like if a woman wants to walk up to you and grab you, in the private part because hey, they want you.
I wouldn't say nothing.
Well, you know what I'm saying? But it's called out of respect.
Yeah.
It's two different concepts. You know what I'm saying? As far as, but like I said, I was old school. I was raised old school. To be a gentleman, no matter what the woman and what they wear, it's not what you do. You know what I'm saying? I'm a different genre. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's good. And people, we just got the second guy in here, Malik, who's another single dad.
Nice to meet you.
And Malik, before I ask you this question, I want to show you this video real quick that you missed out on. The question right now is, does the woman, what she wears, is she asking for a certain type of response? That's what we're talking about.
Okay.
And this is what happened. One more time.
Yeah.
Okay. You saw it.
Yeah, he was out of line. She didn't have nothing. Yeah, he's sick.
He's sick.
Yeah, because she just got on some tights, a bodysuit. That's nothing to.
So let me get that right.
No, they don't give you the right to hit her like that on the. I mean, it'd be different if she was in another setting.
Yeah.
You know, you're in a club, strip club or something.
So even if there's another setting, does it justify him? No.
If she's in a strip club and walking like that, yeah. And sometimes in a club, that setting is like, okay.
Man, you know, we get a lot of backlash on that, bro. They gonna feel like I don't care about the strip club or
they
not.
went to them strip club and them walking through the crowd, going to that bar. Somebody, hit them. You know, they ain't know who it was. Somebody, hit them a little bit. Like,
and what was their response?
Look back and keep some on me like, it's okay. It depends, man. Women like that attention, but that was too public and that was too bold. She's on a train, man.
Yeah.
Like other people, she ain't got nothing. She got a whole bodysuit on, a one piece. She ain't standing in front of him. She ain't bending over. She ain't doing nothing to entice him to say, hey, I'm doing this in front of you. He just, whatever he was thinking, feeling himself and hit her. And usually, I guess they weird up there. A dude should have been like on his road.
But a lot of guys feel like
they weird out there.
That when a woman wears certain things, she's enticing a certain behavior, and when it comes, you should accept that.
Not that. That was inappropriate.
Well, you heard what he said when he slapped it. He say, "What you wearing it for?" Like
she ain't really wearing nothing that deserve to be slapped. She's not at a swimsuit contest. She's not on the beach. It's like, she got like a regular one piece on.
Okay, that's what I'm just asking.
But they're out of control for thinking that. now you put it in another context, and it's some settings where they are, people been out of control. They knew they was getting into when they was doing what they was doing.
Okay, I got one more video for y'all for TNT for the day, man. One more, and no, that ain't the one I want. It's right here.
I apologize for being late. I was doing something with my son, man.
You good.
I was gonna bring him. It was a good idea. You got your son.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to watch.
Check this out.
Oh, you good though. This the world.
Check this out right here, y'all. Let me hear it again for you.
Right.
Yeah. Now, some people feel like, hey man, some people feel it's time to see some white cops whoop some white folks. I'm just showing the TNT for the day, man. But he needs to go to jail. I don't care if you're black, white, or Hispanic. Police brutality is not acceptable.
Agreed.
And to me, I didn't see her doing anything that called for him to respond as he did.
Right.
So that's our TNT for the day. Now our topic for the day is, what is a good man? And women, y'all can ask the same question. Well, we ask the same question: what is a good woman? But since it's a single dad show, my question today is: what is a good man? Is it a man that got the money, the looks, the car, the house, the clothes?
Right.
Is it based upon how he's built, his swag, his conversation? Because everybody determines what's good for them.
Right.
But in general, there is a foundation that establishes what a good man is. And I'm asking that question because there are too many women that I meet, my sisters, girlfriends, whoever, whatnot. They always saying there's no good men out here, and that's not true. I know there's a lot of good brothers sitting out here, but they don't meet their standards. Because they don't meet the woman's standards does not mean that he's not a good man.
Well, go ahead. Set it up.
So, our topic is, what is the good man? Or, what is the good woman? Y'all can call in and chime in on that topic. The number is 832-649-8406. But right now, while y'all getting ready to do that, we're going straight into our show today, the single dads. We got Mark. Y'all already met. How you doing, man?
How you doing?
And we got my brother Malik.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Well, Mark, my brother too. He's my work brother. Malik, a business brother. No, but
Right. Good to be here. Good to be here.
how y'all doing, man?
Doing great,
Oh,
man.
great.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Two single dads that I consider good men in the fact that y'all stepping up. Y'all stepping up in areas where a lot of women say men today don't do.
Right.
And it's true. We do get bad. Some of us get bad raps. The dads that are step up to the plate, and it's kind of hard for me, especially for me, to look for one. I mean, I'm gonna be real. I'm going on. It'll be 7 years since I've been in a relationship.
Wow.
7 long years. But see, that's a decision that I made because when me and my son's mother had split up,
Mm-hmm.
I made a promise to myself that I'm gonna take care of my son first.
Right.
I'm gonna focus on him, what his needs,
Mm-hmm.
not what my needs are.
Absolutely.
But also, like I said, for me to find a good woman is kind of hard these days because, like you were saying, clothes, money, all the basic stuff that could come later.
Mm-hmm.
It's more about building a foundation in a relationship before you can move forward to the money wise. Because money, cars, house, that's all gonna come, because like I said, I come from old school. I was raised by old school.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as for my son, I just don't want. It's kind of hard because I don't mind having. I have female friends, but the thing about it, as far as relationship, I want to make sure that female is gonna be able to love my son and care for my son just as much as I do.
Is it hard to do that?
It is because, like I said, because now we get pinpointed as if we don't have all the money in the pocket, okay, we're not the best, we're not good dads. And I've been accused of that,
Mm-hmm.
because I've had my down points, in my life where I didn't have every single time. But see, I'm from old school. I don't believe all in the money. Money makes the world go around. But at the end of the day, it's all about making memories with my son. By going straight to the park and just have an hour at the park, I guarantee that my son's gonna remember the time at the park than a $20 toy that I'm gonna buy.
That's a good point he's making.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
And I'm gonna ask you this, and it's for both of y'all.
Mm-hmm. It's an excellent point.
Being a single dad, I know y'all, prior to being single dads, y'all met a lot of single moms. And I hear women all the time say, my kids come first, and men just don't understand the challenges that it be with a single mom. But now that you're a single dad, you don't meet no women that's sympathetic to y'all situation?
Man, look, let me tell you something. With Mark, right?
Yeah.
What Mr. Mark said was real timely, man. And it's timely in terms of the importance of time.
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of women now that would accept the role of a man or a father as long as he coming through and dropping out or dropping off. They don't care if he's spending time with the kids or nothing, as long as he come and bring that money. And they talk about that, they brag about that. He just dropped off this. I don't know, woo woo. They don't care about him spending time.
Mm-hmm.
And what he just said is very important because at the end of the day, time doesn't have a price. You can drive up and give your child all kind of money and leave. At the end of the day, they don't have nobody to give them direction. They don't have nobody they can sit with and talk with. You'll just be a father or a mother just spinning your wheels trying to buy your kids as opposed to knowing your kids.
Exactly.
So, you know, I meet women, man, they be impressed by the fact that I'm a single father, but the thing about this, there's nothing to be impressed about because I'm a man first.
Well,
I'm a man, and you gotta understand, a lot of women have taken that single mother role a little bit too far.
I understand what they mean by they shocked because
Right.
probably in their circle,
Right.
that's a rarity.
Yeah.
For some of them, but for some of them, it's not a rarity. But for some of them, they don't know how to deal with that and respect that in its entirety. And I met women who had kids, and it was never an issue of putting one kid over the other. It was more of an issue of me prioritizing what I did in front of my son. Like we argue, you can't argue in front of my son. You can't argue in front of me if you get too disrespectful. You ain't even argue in front of my son. So it's like when it comes to that thing, I'm protecting his vision, what he see. Because we as young men, we knew what we saw growing up.
Exactly.
Come on, man.
It
We gotta think about what we saw growing up.
Yeah.
And what we saw, we gotta make sure that them kids don't see what we saw. It could be anything they seen that could change that child's life forever.
Oh, most definitely.
You gotta be careful about that, man. There's no guarantees out here.
And you know, kids are imitators. Believe it or not, whatever they see, that's what they're gonna imitate.
Right.
So I agree with you on that. I agree with you on
You
that.
gotta be careful.
Now, I know how at one point you meet some single moms and you wasn't sympathetic to their situation at all, man. She ain't got no time for me. She with her kids and all that.
Right.
Is your views of that changed now that y'all some single dads? Because right now, from hearing what you two guys are saying, son is priority.
Most definitely. And I mean, as far as like I said, I was raised by old school. You know what I'm saying? I'm 33 years old, but you know, I was raised by my dad's friends and men, you know, who raised kids of their own that weren't theirs, you know what I'm saying? But they treat them like they raised them.
Yeah, that neighborhood raise a child.
Yeah.
I remember that era.
You know, and like he was back to the top of prior, like he was saying about what a kid sees everything and hears everything. And I agree with on that point 100% what he says of arguing and all that stuff because it affects the child in the long run. I mean, I came from a home like that, you know what I'm saying, and I know how it affects me, and that's what I wouldn't want for my son. Now, like I said, it's difficult because when I was, well, not difficult, but when I was single, you know, and I dated women that had kids and stuff, but I don't look at it as, oh, she don't have time for me. She don't have time. I grew up way too fast, and I learned, hey, okay, you know what? When a woman's busy, she's busy. Hey, you know what? My time's gonna come, and if there's gonna be time, it's gonna be time with her kid. And for me to get into a woman's heart, and it's just the same way for me as for a woman to get into my heart, is through my child. And you got to gain the respect of a child and learn and get with that child. You know, make a bond because then the woman's gonna see what kind of man they really have, and that's the way I look at things. If I know what kind of woman I have, is what kind of bond she's willing to go, what kind of effort she's willing to make with my son.
There's no such thing as you can't be a good woman and be a bad mother.
Exactly.
See what I'm saying? Any woman I met, she had kids, the first thing I look at is how she interact with her kids.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to come first. You're a mother. Your kids come first. We together, but you're a mother.
Mm-hmm.
So if she interacts with her kids where she putting her kids off just to mess with me, I ain't feeling that. Because that tells me you're not a good woman.
If she neglect her, she gonna definitely
No
neglect
doubt.
yours.
That shows a selfishness. That shows that you're impulsive. That shows that whatever the situation, opportunity is, you'll do something with anybody and leave them kids stranded or drop them off somewhere. I don't respect that.
And I growing up, I've seen a lot of that happen.
Yeah.
How I would try to take somebody out or something, or a friend taking somebody out, and I was so quick to see women say, "Well, they'll be good for an hour or 2 hours. We'll be right back." And that's when I was young.
Mm-hmm.
But even when I was young, I really didn't date a lot of women that had kids because I didn't like dealing with the baby daddy issue.
Mm-hmm.
So on that note, do y'all have women refuse to deal with y'all because they fear the baby mama issue before they even know the whole situation?
Yeah, a lot of times. Yeah. You can speak on that if you want to.
No, I'm asking. Do you run into that problem as like women like, oh, you got kids, I don't want to deal with that baby mama issue?
Right.
Well,
I have. I mean, they would watch, then they ask the question like, where's she at? What's going on with her?
Mm-hmm.
And what I would say is this: I say, look, man, I don't sleep with her. we're not together. If I see her, I don't hug her, I don't kiss her, I don't say. I just tell them what they need to hear, and that you never got to worry about that happening. But so for the most part, I be honest in the beginning, so I ain't got to be, in the end. If you're doing something, it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
With social media, phone calls, text messages, you gonna be outside trying to be on the phone, it's gonna come out.
Yeah.
So when that comes out, that create a whole. That's why a lot of them are very suspicious of men that got kids because or mothers from other kids. They feel like, oh yeah, you're gonna be messing with her still. You can always go by and get that. You always go by and knock off.
Well, guess what? I can be wrong, but the majority of the guys that I know feel the same way when mom have kids and she's still interacting with the baby dad. Because I hear so many women say, oh, he's my kid's father, or he's the father of my kids, he always has a place in my heart, which means he can come by and hit this anytime he wants.
No, I mean, that's something that, any kind of relationship, as far as that, that situation, whether there's kids involved, the main thing is you got to go straight up with it. You can't, in the beginning of the relationship, and everything like that, you have to put it, that question has to come up.
Yeah.
Where's this stand, where's that stand?
What's going on?
Because of the fact that, like, once I get into a relationship, if I want to let my partner, or whoever, or who as case be, let them know, hey, look, this is how we handle the situation as parents, co-parentings. There is nothing here, there's nothing there, there's nothing you worry about. If there's any conversation, it's just me and her about our child. That's it. But if you're keeping everything on a down low and like, still sending messages and still, saying, making a quick little phone call, say, let me walk off and I'll be right back and let me talk to her. No, it should be, if you're going to talk about your child, it should be right there and then,
He making a good point, because I used to go pick my son up before I got him. I would take the girl I was with me. You want to let me go? I said, yeah. Ride out here. My son to come out. The so-called ex-wife, hey, how you doing? Son, get in the car. She like, I said, man, ain't got nothing to hide, man. Whatever if there was something going on, you know what I'm saying? And her dude, whoever he was, he encouraged peeping. Point is, man, I'm bold like that because I ain't got nothing to hide. And I let her know off the top, you can come with me. You finna go do it, pick my son up. I can come? Yeah, why can't you? Yeah. Why can't you come?
Because she may have been in so many situations where, like Mike Mark said, guys are still being slick with it. Well, I'm gonna go pick up and I don't want to confuse you. But really, that's the time for him to go by and do his little dirt.
Do his dirt. Or not even so do dirt physically, but just say stuff verbally and conversating on a level that's inappropriate.
Bingo.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be over there smashing. You just be over there on some real debonair, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's always going to be, and all that crap. You know what I'm talking about? That creates problems.
Well, this is the naked truth. I try to get to the bottom of things. Now, this is the question that you guys don't have to answer. But are you willing to talk about how you became a single dad? What led you to wanting custody of your son? Or that's something that you want to not share?
I ain't got no problem discussing that. It goes on a lot. You got a lot of women out here that's again, they more women than they are mothers. And they more concerned about their women needs than their motherly needs. And you have some women out here that are mothers that are not developed enough to be a mother. And I say that in this context, my ex-wife, she was like 20-something when I met her, and I was her orbit. I was her gravitation. I kept her grounded. So when I left, my son was having a lot of problems. He failed in school. He failed the first grade, not because of grades, because of lack of attendance. He wasn't even going to school. I had moved to the north side, and I came back out here and got my son. I walked into school, the principal and the administrators, Mr. Malik, oh my God, your son got him the same day. So, you have a lot of women out here that's not really qualified to be mothers. But because of the stigma or the stereotype that every woman that got a child is a good mother, most men work 12-hour shifts. We struggle to work. Like, they just feel like every mother is a good mother. It's the dude that got it like this. Always excuses. Some of these women out here are trifling. Some of them don't deserve to have no kids. And some of their friends have seen them not deserving to have kids and call CPS on them on the cool. I know this for a fact. So I went and got my son because he was failing in his grades. He was failing his social development. He's been with me ever since. And I share with him, never talk down his mother, because what he experienced. I share with him why his mother ain't coming around, because stuff ain't together, that I hope that she would get it together so you can go around. But I would never take you in an environment and drop you off and it's chaotic. And my son understands that. And he's 10.
And people, again, those who thought to chime in, this is our single dad show. And I had to do it because so many women are saying that these dads are deadbeat. They're trifling. And the flip side of that, there's a lot of women that are deadbeat moms, trifling women that don't deserve to have kids. CPS need to come in and rectify the situation. So I got 2 guys on here today that are good dads, that are good men, that are stepping up and being that father figure. And again, our topic for the day is, what is a good man? And what is a good woman? True, everybody got their own definition as to what a good man or a good woman is, but there is a foundation. There is a standard that pinpoints a good man or a good woman. And it has nothing to do with shape, size, or color, ethnic groups, how much money you have. And right now, I'm talking to 2 good guys. So, and I agree with you. Man.
I've seen it, bro. I walk in houses and it's like kids they just all around, everybody drinking, smoking, laughing, kids in the mix. You see, a lot of parents think, man, that when you provide a child with food, shelter, and clothing, you're a parent. That's raising a child.
Mm-hmm.
It's the difference between raising a child and rearing a child. Raising a child, providing with food, shelter, and clothing, they got the best shoes. That'd be the main child in the classroom that can't be still. That'd be the main one with the notepads and the phones that don't listen to teachers. That don't make you a good parent because what your child got and you giving them food and some good clothes.
Mm-hmm.
What make you a good parent is taking out time and trying to rear your child and develop their character. A lot of these parents don't even know how their kids think other than what they got on. You know what I'm saying? They think because what they wearing and what they buying from make them good. They be somewhere in New Orleans, somewhere party at a sports bar.
Oh man,
you hit kids something.
I got something.
My kids straight. No, so they not straight. Because while you talking about they straight, they online looking at everything else that you see what I'm saying? So these mothers out here, a lot of them, man, they reckless, bro. They feel like being a good mother is just providing food and some good clothes. And they do that, they like, I'm going to bed. Can't help them with homework. Can't do nothing. Laying up with a, can I say that? Laying up with a whatever in the back.
Yeah, man, say what you want to say on the show.
Naked truth, bro. Laying up with a nigga in the back or whatever.
Or laying up with a female in
the back. So it's like them kids, they not being catered to, bro.
And what you mentioned about the homework, and one thing that I liked about what you said, I went through the day when Mark was texting me about coming on the show. One of his concern was his son had homework.
Right, that's why I'm late. That's I could go through his stuff, his folder.
He wasn't even concerned about the show. He gave his word, but for what I took it as, his word don't mean nothing concerning me.
Right.
It concerned his son.
That's right.
And I was like, damn,
I was running late because of that.
I like that more.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, his education is very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
When I was growing up, mine was sports. My, education, they just really, now it's, what I see as the aspect of it, from me growing up to the way the new education is, I want him to go as far as, I want him to do 10 times better than me. That's all it is to it. I want him to try to go to college and give it a try, move forward in his life. I want him to see the world, something that I never got to step out to do, But like I said, as far as his education, that's just the most one thing important, And then just, like I said, it all goes by
time.
Exactly. You said it right on
time, man. Time. It's work, bro.
And then, I mean, to backtrack on as far as like what you were talking about, the women, the way they are,
some of them.
Some of them.
Oh.
And hold that thought. And let's get this straight now. This is not a bashing women show.
No.
Because we know there's to my opinion, I think there's 4 more good moms than there is dads.
Of course.
Oh, most definitely.
But don't take it as that all dads are deadbeat dads. And as a black man, I seen how hard it is for rap that black men get being dads. But the reason I really want you on this show more because Hispanic men get it bad too.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Oh man, y'all get it
most
bad.
definitely.
I think y'all get it equally as we do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but in the sense that y'all not treated with the racism as we are. But for us being dads, y'all get the deadbeat dad things just like black men do, and probably even worse.
Oh yeah. It leads to he drinks a lot. That's the most one I've always hear. All he does is drink.
Or beat your woman.
Or that too. Exactly. Exactly. I've heard them all. You know what I'm saying? I've heard it. I mean, all he wants to do is go to the bar. That's why he wants to spend his time over there. He don't want to be with his kid. He don't. I mean, just any little pinpoint, and it makes it hard as far as me as a Hispanic, because it's like that because you get looked at that way.
Right.
You know, yes, I do make time for myself. You know, I do play my pool on Thursdays, but it's one night for 2 hours and I'm done, and that's once a week. You know, as fathers, and it's just like a mother. You know, a single mother, they're doing everything as a father and a mother, and but you know they make a little time for themselves. You know, so I mean, every parent deserves a little bit of time. And it could be just a simple 30 minutes in the restroom and just for quietness.
Right.
You know, but like I said, but it just as far as a Hispanic, a lot of women do. I hear it like look at like, oh, you know, he got kids, but he's at a bar. But I'm there for 2 hours.
Right.
I've been told that before. You know,
Work 14 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
you work 14, you here for an hour. You work 14 hours.
Definitely a bad dad.
Yeah, you're
Now, let me ask you this.
Terrible.
You have a son.
Right.
You have a son.
yes.
Do you think it would be far more greater in raising that child if she was a girl?
Of course, it's always a different dynamic if it was a girl.
Most definitely.
Because women say that it's hard raising boys, knowing that boys need a male figure. But I always tell them it's hard raising kids, period, without that male presence. Because just like that boy needs that man to teach him certain things that only man can teach, the little girl needs to observe how a man interact with her mom, so she know how to be treated
As a woman.
as a woman.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So-
yeah, you're right about that. That's a dual challenge.
Exactly. So, you know, y'all being dads of boys, it's difficult, but I think
It's not as hard.
it's not as hard.
No,
Yeah.
no, not really.
You can be rough. You can tell them certain things.
Yeah.
You don't have to be overly sensitive with them. You know, you can make them tough. You know, it's different. But with a girl, there's an emotional attachment, and a father can just deny that girl emotional attachment. And that girl will trip out. Just to you say, I don't want to talk to you today, or you made me mad. It takes an effect on the girl more than it do the boy.
And see, I like using the analogy of cats and dogs. When raising a boy is like having a dog, you can run up on a dog, yeah, come here, boy, and hit him all side the head and play with him. He get hype, he jumping around and playing. You can't do a cat like that.
Right.
You start playing with a cat, real he run off.
Run off. Yeah.
And that's how girls are.
Fearful.
You can't run up and play with the girls the way you play
Absolutely.
with boys.
Absolutely.
It's
Yeah.
a totally different response.
And you gotta have me personally with, you know, I have nieces, you know, when they were growing up. It's more you have to have more patience.
With
and
girls?
more patience at times because of their feelings.
Okay, let me ask you this. Have you been a single dad? Not a single dad, but have you been a stepdad?
No, that I have not. I you know, but like I said, I've been around my nieces since they were 2 years old all the way till they were 12. You know, before I moved down this way. You know, and it just me and my nieces were tight. You know, one's 16, the other one's 14. Okay, growing up with them, as they were getting older and older, and then it came to certain questions, you know, about like boys and stuff like that deal, you know. It was a little difficult because of the fact that I wouldn't even know how to respond to that at the beginning, you know, because I actually had to go back to the pages and be like, hey, okay, how do I answer this question? But you got to be more courtesy to how you say and how you explain it to a girl, because I mean they would get if you say it the wrong way, they'll automatically think it's the what's the word I'm looking for? It's like stuck in my head right now. I just think it's just more of a patience thing and then more of explaining. With the boy, like I said, with my son, I tell him something, okay, it's done the deal.
Yeah.
You know,
Girls are more inquisitive.
Girls
Yeah.
are more self-conscious.
yeah, exactly, and you don't want to tell them
Yes.
as young and growing up.
Yeah, they grow up different than boys.
And but it's also as far as setting an example,
Right. That's the first thing you look at.
because as a boy, like as my son, he's 8 years old. I'm raising him how to be a man, how to be a gentleman, how to open doors, how to treat a woman. Okay.
Now, do you know, sometimes you lead by example.
Yeah.
So, I know you say you have not been in a committed relationship in 7 years,
Yes.
but what kind of example are you leading before him for how to treat a female? You know, telling him something and showing him something It's totally different.
Well, and you're right about that. But see, that's why it leads to every time I go to a store or even like my mom, when I go visit back in Austin, go visit my mom, is the way I treat my mother, how I open the door for my mother,
Wow,
how I
yeah,
say
that's
yes
good.
ma'am, no ma'am, you know, and it's just, and my aunts, you know, and it's just the women in my life, and also as family member wise, and then you look at as far as women outside the family, you look at as far as the women at the store, you know, just a simple, hey, son, you make sure you open that door for that. Okay, he's real quick. There's times I don't have to tell him.
Right.
You know, and then sometimes when he sees an older, I've seen him done it twice. An older lady, she was carrying bags. We were at the grocery store. He goes and asks him if he can carry a bag for her. That's just, it's just a showing and leading by example. Now, as far as raising if I was to have a daughter, it's the same thing, because I got to show her what a man is, how to treat a woman. It's the same concept, but it just, I look at it as the same concept. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you have a different example of that.
I agree with
you know.
But
But I understand what you're saying, because I've been single for 7 years. That I don't really have a partner in my life to show him actually right eye to eye first thing.
Yeah, consistent.
But see, the thing about it is that's what the challenge of me as a father. That's where I gotta say, hey, okay, what can I do to show him, preach to him what I'm telling him, and showing him at the same time. And that's where I go, and like I said, I got female friends, you know what I'm saying? I take them out, you know, and I show them in that way. I show them, you know, I mean, but I just show them how I treat them.
Trying to be in a relationship.
And-
Yeah,
and-
exactly.
And
Yeah,
I want to ask Malik this question.
Yeah, that's fine.
Have you ever been stepdad?
Oh yeah, man, a few times.
Have a consistent daughter?
Yeah. The last girl I was with, she had a daughter that was very attached to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just
Yeah, and how long that relationship lasts?
4 years.
4 years. So that daughter had a good male figure in her life for 4 years.
She was
And what is your relationship today?
a few months back last year, we talked, and she said she'd been asking about you, and her birthday comes up on, I think, October, on Halloween, and I talked to her on the phone. That'd be the girl way of trying to get me to feel some type of guilt when we ate together. But the relationship with that young girl, she's young. It's a beautiful relationship. She loved me like she loved me. And I love her too, you know. But, you know, her mother had some issues. The thing about it, you know, they knew her mother had issues. So it's like they know her mother if you messed up. You know?
And you know, I got to put it out there.
Yeah.
A lot of times, these moms become single moms because they're just not good with relationships.
Tell you why relationships last a
And
lot.
that will lead them to being, you know, not having that male figure in their life or...
True. But I'm gonna tell you why you have a situation where you have people in relationships and it lasts a long time. A lot of times the financial arrangement is different. A lot of times these days the woman is making more than money. And the guy's in the house playing stepdad, and that's the woman's house. So when you have those scenarios where he's living in her house, when you have a scenario like that, when you in somebody's house and she have kids, you might have kids you see outside of that, you up under her rules. Because no woman or child or children gonna ever respect a man don't have his own house, or you and her together in that house, or y'all paying on it together. So with that going on, a lot of men will stay in those relationships because I ain't got my own spot. I always have my own spot. I always have my own house. I always have my own apartment. I always have my own car. I always have my own job. I never lived with a woman. I've never had my stuff thrown on the curb. I never had nobody tell me to get out. With that being said, I was able to make moves independent. Like, man, it ain't working. You gotta go. You can call the police. I know how to talk. You out of here. And I ain't trying to say it's been situations that were consistent like that. I'm just saying that anybody I got with, they saw that in me. Like, this your simple stuff. Yeah, I got a house. I got a job. That's so what. But these days, that's big. That's big stuff.
It is.
You know what I'm
Remind
saying?
me.
Yeah, you ain't got nobody over here. You ain't got nobody on the extra side. You ain't got no grandmama taking care of you. Your uncle ain't over here.
Let me remind
See
the
what I'm
people
saying?
watching.
So,
Again, people, remember this is our single dad show.
Yeah, so-
I'm highlighting dads that are not deadbeat dads.
Right.
There's a lot of guys out there that's not stepping up, but there are some that are.
Right.
And our topic for the day again is, what is a good man? Or men, question is, what is a good woman? So call in and let us know, like Tracy, she just started watching. Tracy, what you think a good man is? The number is 832-649-8406. Again, 832-649-8406. What is a good man? And men, what do y'all think a good woman is? So, that was pretty good that, you know.
I look at it in reality, what's going on, man.
Because a lot of women, they want the men to move in with them if they got their own everything. Because, like you said, especially in the black community, this is probably the only community where the woman makes more money than their counterpart. Black women are on the rise fast in the corporate world. So they're going to have a lot of things far more established than their counterpart.
Right.
Now, to move in with her, especially if you're a single parent, you moving your kid, trying to blend his family together. She wants that, but at what point when a relationship start reaching them trying times? Because it's going to reach it.
Oh, most definitely.
When the relationship reaches them trying times, what is her attitude then about my stuff, my house?
That's the point. You know what the attitude is. You don't have it. Go ahead.
But it just, I mean, like I said, it
Depends on who you get. You gotta know that at the beginning.
Exactly.
I was with that girl 4 years before I decided to. But it wasn't all 4 years of problems.
And that's what I say. That's where it comes down of foundation.
Right.
A lot of the time in relationships, there's no foundation. It's automatically, hey, we get together and, you know, next about 2 months, y'all living together.
Good look, yes.
You know, real quick. And the thing about it is, like I said, a foundation to me personally is going on dates, little spending time. You know, get to know that person before. Me personally, I say, hey, a good maybe year and a half, 2 years before you make even a situation to go talk about that, go moving in. Because of the fact that you have to build that foundation. Because if you don't build no foundation or no communication between y'all two, it ain't gonna work.
But you're not opposed to saying that there is such thing as love at first sight, and some people just automatically know what they want because of where they are in their life. You're not opposed to that.
That's true. I mean,
but then again, you being a single dad,
but
you rush into things.
Yeah, and that's what the like I said. I'm just going based off the way I was raised, the way my dad treated my mom, the way my uncles treated their.
Same here.
You know,
that's man. Look again. I'm gonna switch the role and give you another scenario.
Go ahead.
This another role that's being played right now. Women are courting men more than men courting women. You gotta look. When I say courting, I mean that.
Yeah, please explain to them what courting is. You threw a word out there that many people like.
When I say courting, it's another word for fishing. For fishing, women now are bold looking for men. They don't have a problem stepping up to a guy and, hey, I like you. What's up? What's up? They don't have a problem texting. We can do whatever. Like, see, oh, I like that dude. He fine. Go talk to him, girl. Before, men used to court the woman. The man was the one that got the woman's attention. The woman gravitated towards him. Now, because of the financial situation, because of social media, because of the image in the media about how women should be aggressive, they then took aggression in the corporate world and are trying to apply that to their relationships. And that aggression don't work in relationships. And that's why a lot of black women think that to be a black woman, you gotta talk shit. Every black woman talks shit. And if you don't talk shit as a black woman, you're not a real black woman.
Again, the number is 832-649-8406. And you 100% right about that. But
I'm still one thing.
It's crazy that women have built up this aggression and this figo as to where men are somewhat intimidated to approach women because you don't know what to say. You don't matter what you say is wrong.
Right.
Or his swag ain't right. Or his approach wasn't good. Girl, look at his shoes.
Right.
Girl, look how he. Right. It's always, no matter what we do to approach a woman, it's not right. So some dudes now just switch. Okay, shoot, we make eye contact. She like what she see. She'll come.
Exactly. The conversation, the courting, the being cordial. Cordial now is considered foreign. I was talking to a female one time. I was being cordial with the conversation. She told me, "You too laid back. I need somebody that can just tell me, just shut up, sit down, bitch. I need somebody to handle me like that."
Man, say what you want to say, bro.
I was like, man, I don't see a need for that right now, so I don't think you can do that, Malik. Time kind of rose and I did. But the point is, again, I was so cool in the beginning that you like, man, come on that, aggression, like, what's up, big, what's going on, man? All that crazy talking, loose conversation. I was coming on some real respectful stuff, not so much out of respect for her, but respect for what I'm saying to her.
Yes.
Because see, I don't want when you meet a woman, you gotta be different because you different. Not trying to play different, but be different.
You just being who you are.
Most dudes try to be what they think a man. See what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
going on lines, watching TV. You just approach. You know, this is how you come. Ain't no how you come. It's how you are which determine how you come. If you try to come a certain way and that's not you, it's gonna come up in the end.
Yeah.
You can't. They always say when I first met you, you was like this. Now you like this. You totally changed everything because you use an approach that wasn't you.
Yeah.
832-649-8406. The number again is 832-649-8406. I'm about to put that number on the board. Y'all gotta tell me with that single dads. I know y'all got kids, so that y'all kids good with this technology and stuff, so I know y'all good with it too.
Yeah.
I ain't got no kids, I don't know how to do this stuff. But you're right, man.
It's crazy. It's a lot of factors. It's a lot of factors, man.
But I don't know what got us to this point. But, you know, even the women that are raising their kids, I be seeing on social media, some of the moms don't even have kids. Because I take it as you exploiting your kid just for the sake of some go viral. And I talked about that here on with the Single Mom Show. But some of these moms just don't deserve to have no kids, man.
True.
Welcome to the Nigga Truth. What's your truth?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just want to commend the brothers you guys in the studio today for telling their truth and representing, single fathers all across the globe. I think it's a much needed and much neglected topic across the board. My question to the two gentlemen you have in your audience is that what I know is this. I know that we face difficulties that are different from single mothers, and so I really want to ask them like what challenges they've had, or what are some of the challenges that they face as single fathers that should be highlighted, in terms of because again the struggle is real, and I know that they go through things that single mothers might not necessarily go through. And so I just want them to kind of elaborate on some of those challenges. What are some of the challenges as a single father? Because I think that'll help people to, again, respect that position a lot more. We see from just the statistics and the reality that women, they get a lot more support, right? They, if a man lead a woman, everybody immediately running to her aid and jumping on the bandwagon, and I'm not saying that that no woman struggles as a single mother, but I am saying that for a man, I think that the challenge is much greater because the resources and the help is a lot slimmer.
You're right. I've seen that too.
Mother's Day and Father's Day, like how much fanfare and putting out all the stops happens on Mother's Day. And then Father's Day roll around, and you might see one or two Facebook posts about somebody posting about their dad. We just don't get the same consideration for being good fathers that women get. So I just want to ask them, again, what are some of the challenges?
What?
And get them kind of elaborate on that.
Good question.
Okay, we got one. Appreciate you, man. We got one answer in there. Thank you, sir. Continue to watch and share the show.
I gotta say something right quick about
Go
it.
ahead.
I'm gonna mention this. The biggest challenge I face is child support on certain things.
Mm-hmm.
I think that child support has been the biggest challenge for fathers, Hispanic, Black, or any father trying to step up independent of being with a woman. And I'm gonna tell you the rules they got.
Don't take a little call for your
Go
answer.
ahead, go ahead.
Okay.
No, go ahead, get your thing, because this is important. It broke down a lot of people.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Nigga Truth. What's your truth?
What makes you stirring up today, Jimmy?
Well, the topic today is, first of all, what is a good man or what is a good woman? This is our single dad show, and we got two guys on here that is defining the criticism of a lot of guys that deadbeat dads. And, in hip hop, you hear all these songs are being made about how good their mom is and how their mom was there for them, but you don't hear no rap song or any type of songs that I know of highlighting or respecting the dad.
Right.
As if all dads are bad.
That's right.
And that's not true. You got some good dads out here, and on my show today, I got two good dads, and I want to highlight these dudes. And so we want to ask you, what do you think a good man is?
I think a good man is like the one that's sitting there and everything, raising his something, depending on the woman, vice versa. But everybody's good. There's good women and there's good bad. It's
True.
just a matter of the other partner or the other soulmate to know how to bring it out and feel comfortable in being who you are. But the first main thing, and everybody should love themselves first. If you don't love yourself first, you can't love nobody. If you don't love yourself first, they can't love you. And the meaning of loving yourself is who you are and you accept who you are, then you're more likely to accept if anyone gives you compliments because you already love you and the person that you are and the individual that you are. So until that's done, you can forget it. Because there's always going to be that insecurity of your own self. And it doesn't matter what a man tells you or what have you, you're going to still have that insecurity, which tips the relationship a little bit. So either a man and a woman, first off, got to love themselves.
So you saying a good man is somebody that loves himself?
Yeah, the man absolutely needs to love himself and who he is. And everybody has a choice of who they're going to be and who they are. But, I mean, that's what you got to see in another soulmate or your better half or your twin flame, however you want to see it. You know, the variable first is always that first attraction. It's just attraction. Oh, yes, I could be with her, blah, blah, blah. Well, you might, but you might not be with her long because she might be thinking more about herself than she's ever considering you.
Well, that's what Mark said. Mark said the same, something similar. That you have to find out who that person is because initially, what you say, a year.
Yeah, at least about a year.
Mark feel that you need to be at least dating or courting somebody for at least a year to really know who they are. So we agree with you on that.
Yeah, that's I done ran my race.
Oh.
I done that as a woman. I ran my race, and I'm not gonna go out here and I'm not gonna race another woman for no doggone man. I'm real, and that's what's wrong with the society nowadays. They're not real anymore. I'm a real woman. You can go on my Facebook. They're more than welcome to go on my Facebook. When they go on my Facebook, that's who I am. I'm not projecting to be anybody any different. I run. I work out. I'm independent. What have you? I have a good time. That's me in a nutshell. You're not going to find no secret here because I'm real. I love who I am. I'm fun. I'm responsible. I got a good job. What's not to love for me? But, and somebody is going to see that. And you as an individual is going to pick up on that when they actually see you and as acceptance. That's an automatic That's just an automatic But like I said, I ran my race and a lot of people have. And like I spoke to you before, Jimmy, if I see some interest, it's like, oh, he could really be somebody. And that's how it is nowadays. People are analyzing these new
Yep.
real big someday. And everything. I could see me walking beside him, blah, blah, blah. You don't do that. You do not do that because you know why? Because that's falling in love with potential. And potential doesn't exist right now. And potential might not ever exist.
That's so true.
You got to love them who they are, right where they are.
Okay, caller. Let's let these single dads answer that question from the first caller. And we thank you. I ask you to please keep watching, share the show, and please give us your input. Well, thank you. Now the question that you asked about the first caller, about the challenges that y'all face that.
Well, I can say this in general, briefly. One of the biggest challenges I've seen is the child support challenge, the child support trap. A lot of people don't know that the child support system is set up to take away you being a father from the father perspective. It's set up for the benefit of the mother. No matter what's going on with the mother, that priority interest come first. I say that to say this: you go down there and you want to file child support on yourself, right? You do an arbitration. Doing arbitration, you sit with somebody and you decide what it is that you want to pay. I'm show you how people get $30,000-$40,000 behind. Say you was making $15 an hour when you did the first arbitration. I could pay you $90 a week or whatever. Say you lose your job. while you was making that agreement. Don't you know that if you go to another job making less, that you can't go back in and show that new check stub and say, hey man, I'm making $3-4 less, I can't pay that 90. You can't go back in and renegotiate that contract into 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Now, that's why you see these. Now I'm gonna show you. Obviously, you know what I'm finna say. This is when the child support becomes $15,000, $16,000, $20,000. Now, what that does to these guys that own child support, I don't want to get a job. They're gonna take money. I ain't gonna file no taxes. Let her file the taxes. The girl that's at the house that I'm living with. We just eat off her kids because she got the job. So what you doing? You creating a situation where these men don't want to step up and be fathers because the child support system already told them you can't come around. In order for this child to get daycare, they gotta file child support on you.
So, or
Medicare.
You get child support?
No, I would never do that.
Okay, and Mark, have you had that similar issue?
Yeah, okay. Now my feedback, mine's a little different. Okay, so I moved from Austin to be here for my son, you know, and I was put on child support. Till this day, I'm still on child support, and I have my son.
That's crazy.
Now the thing is that I've tried to go to the court to the system and ask that, hey, look, I have my son. I'm trying to file child support against her. They told me straight up, it's a slim chance. So while I'm paying $500 a month for my son,
and you got
and I'm paying,
she don't send no money back.
No.
Time out, stop, back up quick, stop holding.
And she lives in Dallas.
Time out, stop. Not quick. We have to wrap this up. But I gotta ask one question. You paying $500 a month for child support, and you got your son. Oh my God.
And I've done went to the court system twice.
It's like that. It's like that.
And I had one duck out the row, and they told me that they had to dismiss my case because my duck was in the row. So I have to go back and refile. And it's crazy, and it's a battle that I've been fighting for the last 3 years. This has been happening, you know.
That is ridiculous because I really feel that the system is really geared in favor of the woman, because if she was paying you child support and you lost custody of your son and she got him back, they would definitely stop that child support on her end.
Oh, most definitely.
But it doesn't happen with the father.
Because the image is that, what is this? You father and you? No, we don't support.
We gotta wrap it up, man. This time flew by, man. I want to thank y'all again for coming in and representing that, you know, the good dads that do exist out there. You know, you got some dads that's holding it down. They stand with their wife. They stand with the kids. They're in the home. They're co-parenting. They building and whatnot. You got some dads that out there just ain't doing nothing.
Right.
But then you got some dads out there that do what y'all do. They stepping up. They got their kids, and they gonna build about what they talk about. I thank y'all for coming on. Mark, I'm glad that you made the time out your schedule to do it. Malik, I thank you, man.
No problem. Thank you.
You know, this is the naked truth, and you know, y'all got it, man. All dads are not dead be dads. I know y'all say, yeah, we know that. But if you know that, then start doing things for these dads like y'all do for the moms. I want to hear them songs favoring them dads and highlighting them dads like y'all do for these moms. Right. Everybody talking about how much they love their mom and how much their mom was there for them. But you got dads that was there for their kids too. Right. And we got to give them that same props that we give our moms. And you know, I'm going to leave y'all with this word of encouragement again today. Anybody can be a dad, but it takes a different man to be a father. And I got two fathers in here. And thank y'all for watching The Naked Truth. Again, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 5:30 to 6:30, right here, Harvani J Studios. I'm Jimmy the Square Guy, and these are my single dads. And thank y'all again. And y'all be here Friday. If you ain't here, you ain't square business. Appreciate y'all, man.
Oh, you go by very fast.
Appreciate y'all.
Nice meeting you, though.